What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome to another Jeremy Ramblins video, a weekly vlog series where I talk about my thoughts, events, and everything in between. It's been a okay week, not too bad. I posted a video a couple days ago about how things are looking up on Uber, and now I have a very stupid story to tell you about that. So, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that last year at this point, I was doing Uber rideshare, and then, pay cuts happened multiple times to the point that it was just no longer profitable around here, so pivoted to Uber Eats, and the tip baiting incidents happened as soon as I got my customer rating at 20 ratings, so two bad ratings in a row, dropping my customer rating by 10%, making me get absolutely nothing on Uber Eats. Then I pivoted to Instacart, started doing Instacart as well as Uber pickups at Walmart. Now those both are no longer a thing. Now I'm doing Uber Eats, and I have finally crawled my way out of that hole of not getting any orders for hours or seeing any orders that are good. And so I made a video the other day about how we hit our goal, and that as long as we can hit X amount, that we're okay. And we actually pulled that off the other day through Uber Eats, and that things were looking up. I got a alert, right, to update my driver's license. No big deal. Very quick. You just take a picture of your license, upload it, it gets approved. You got approved right away. Then I got an alert to update my profile picture, which makes sense. I mean, I signed up for Uber like 5 years ago. I don't even think I had long hair then. I look a lot different now, so no problem. Updated my profile picture through the link, because you can only update your profile picture on Uber through the link they give you or through requesting to change it through customer support. Like, it's not something you can change at your own it's not something that you can just change on your own accord any given time. So they told me to update my profile picture. I did. It was approved, and the app didn't recognize that I updated my profile picture, so it sent me it again. And I have a screenshot I was going to show you guys, but I don't really think it matters. So it said, update your profile picture within 7 days, or you can no longer earn for Uber. Updated my profile picture through the link. Like I said, it was approved. And then the next day, I got the same message. Update your profile picture within 7 days or you lose access to your Uber account. But now, you're clicking the link and it takes you to where you update your profile picture, but it says approved. It's not letting me change my profile picture because I already did. So now the link is just taking me to an approved profile picture and won't let me change it. And the only way I can change it is to go through customer support and to request to change it. So I took the screenshots of everything, sent it to Uber, and I've told you guys how you can just go to Uber with all the proof in the world and they don't even care. I even begged them to fire me one day, and they care so little to read your messages. I'm convinced that they just have bots replying at this point. They say they're human, but they care so little that they just don't bother reading into anything. If somebody tip baits or puts in a false report on you or what the fuck ever. I even had an incident where somebody tried putting hands on me one time. Talked to y'all about that. That was one of my first videos. Had proof of it. Nothing happened. So I contacted support and was like, hey, I updated my profile picture. It already got approved. Here's the, here's the screenshot for that. And now it's asking me to change it again, but I can't, because whenever I click on the link, all it does is take me to an approved, it takes you to a page that has your car, profile picture, a bunch of stuff. All it says is approved. It's not giving me the option to change it, so I guess I'm requesting to change it since that's what I have to do, but I've already changed it and it's already been approved. And then they said, don't worry about it, it's fine. But the app kept counting down the days and say it every day, upload it in 5 days, upload it in 4 days, upload it in 3 days, and every time that link isn't working to change the profile picture because it was already changed, and now my account is put on hold. Like, you can't make this shit up, man. I just can't even help but just laugh at this point. After everything I've done with Uber, after all the BS, after everything that you have watched me talk about for the last year and a half, if you've been here since the beginning, my job on Uber is coming to an end because of a glitch on an app over a profile picture. So that's cool. It says that my account is on hold. I can still log in, but I'm not getting orders. I'm trying not to be super stressed about that and freak out because that literally is the only way I can make any money. I was only making 20, 30 bucks a day. I finally bragged the other day about hitting our marks, and then now I'm not getting anything because the app doesn't recognize that I've updated my profile picture when I, like, the stupidest shit. The stupidest shit. I don't know what else to call it, so that's great. I don't know what to do, man. All I can do is just laugh about the absurdity of it at this point. Like I said, I can still log in, and I logged in to see if I would get any orders, and I didn't get any. So they said not to worry about it, so their system recognizes that I did in fact update my profile picture, but the app is not recognizing that I did, and I deleted the app, re-downloaded it. So because of that, even though I can sign on, I'm not getting any orders. I just had to say that, you know, we were doing good. Yeah, that's wanted to share that stupid story with you guys. Also, I got my prescription and couldn't pick it up this week because my Medicaid expired, which is fine. It's just time for the annual renewal. But I wanted to tell this story and talk about it because it's fine. I need to renew it, I guess. I don't know why I didn't get an alert that it was time for the annual renewal or whatever, but because I guess I've changed address. Like, don't know what the reasoning is. I've had it for 4 years. I haven't had to update anything, but they're saying because I've moved that they need me to renew it, which is fine. It just would have been nice to get an alert so I knew before the script. So I had a script I was supposed to pick up 3 days ago. Very important, Subutex. Some of you guys are going to be judgmental about that. Some of you won't. I don't really give a flying shit. I've been on Subutex for 5 years now, and I started on 4 8-milligram pills a day. The doctor is usually only allowed to prescribe 3. Medicaid won't even cover the 4th pill. So originally, when I got on Subutex, because I had been taking opiates since I was 8 years old, it took 4 a day to keep me from getting sick. I paid for that 4th pill out of pocket. It was about $100 a month, depending on where you go. Could be like $300 at one Walmart, but there's a pharmacy above where my doctor is in the same building at the hospital where they were only $100. So I was spending $100 a month on that 4th pill. I wasn't on 4 very long. Once I got stable on that, we went down to 3, and that wasn't much of an issue. But the reason why I'm explaining all this is so I was on 3 a day, which is a pretty high dose. I would say most people are on 1 or 2 a day. I was on 3 a day. And suddenly one day, I just couldn't get my script from the pharmacy because it was at the end of the month. It wasn't an issue with insurance or anything. It was that according to them, the pharmacy, they have X amount of this that they are allowed to prescribe. And because I happened to get prescribed it at the end of the month, they were unable to fill it because they hit that allotted amount. So I had to wait until the next shipment, which was a week. So I went from taking 3 8-milligram pills of Subutex a day to nothing. That can kill you. That's not being dramatic. That can literally fucking kill you. And I got really, really sick and managed to make do. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I ended up in the ER and got some medications for like blood pressure and anxiety and whatnot, but like to deal with the DTs had to just take stuff like kratom or whatever I could to just try to make it to my script, because the half-life of Subutex is 36 hours, so you don't even start going into withdrawal like until a couple days, but the withdrawals are not quick. It's like it takes you a month to get through. And with how high of a dose that was, to go through full-blown withdrawals with nothing to take, like, if it wasn't for the kratom taking the edge off until I got my script, yeah, I could have seriously gotten sick, and that's been a huge issue. That ended up scaring the shit out of me, and that has happened a total of 3 times. The second time it happened, once again, same reasoning. I got the script at the end of the month, they hit their allotted amount, and I just had to go a week suddenly without it. And this time, once again, I got so sick that, once again, I just had to try to look for any way possible to deal with, like, because, like, I gotta work. I got shit to do. I can't afford to be bedridden and whatnot, so, like, would get by on taking kratom and whatnot and Klonopin to somewhat deal with those horrible withdrawal effects, and got my script and then went back to taking 3 a day and felt weird. Like, if you take too much buprenorphine, it has really horrible side effects. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. If you're watching this, either you know or you don't. I don't know how to even explain buprenorphine to you. If somebody has never taken any opiate before and they took buprenorphine, yes, it could probably kill them with how powerful it is. And yes, you could probably get high off of it. If you've been taking opiates since you were 8, or you're shooting up heroin, you don't take buprenorphine and get stoned. Basically, what buprenorphine is it keeps you from getting sick. And then the plan is you get on this medication, which doesn't really, it's supposed to help with cravings and keep you from getting sick. It's never helped with my cravings. It just helped keep me from getting sick. And then you work your way down, and then you quit. That's the goal. My doctor said that, I don't remember what the percentage was, that like 70%, maybe even higher, of people that try quitting end up relapsing. But like, I've been on it so long at this point that the negatives outweigh the positives. Anyway, I was taking 3 a day and wound up in the hospital again because I was having such weird adverse side effects from going from being so sick from not having my medicine to now taking this dose. And it seemed like, for whatever reason, despite being on 3 a day for such a long time, that for some reason this was too much. It was now too much for me. So now I went to the hospital having a panic attack because I can't explain how, like, wobbly, weird, and manic you feel when you take too much buprenorphine. And Subutex and Suboxone are two different things. So Suboxone is buprenorphine with naloxone in it. Subutex does not have the naloxone in it. I had a very weird reaction to Suboxone. I could not take it. So I had to find my new dose because I just randomly quit it, started taking 3 a day. I guess for whatever reason to my body, it was like, this is too much. And I started having side effects from taking too much of the medication. So I found my new dose, and it was 1.5, which was actually really good. That means that I cut my dose down. I cut my dose in half. Like, I wouldn't recommend anybody do this at all. This wasn't like... It ended up being a win in the fact that I was able to cut my dose in half, but for an entire month, I dealt with being sick, trying to find this new dose, and not feeling well, and it was an awful experience. All because the pharmacy wouldn't prescribe me a drug they had in stock because they hit their allotted amount that month. Anyway, because now I had 2 times gone without my medication, I lied. And I said that I was still taking 3 a day when I was only taking 1.5 a day. And started stockpiling the extras in case I ever ran into an incident where I suddenly couldn't get my meds again. And sure enough, that has happened 2 more times since, and thank God I did that. Now, since I've told the doctor that, and now I'm prescribed the actual dose that I'm on, which is now 1 a day. And, the whole point of this entire story is that, thank God I stockpiled, or this week I would just be cold turkey, not have my medicine. Medicaid doesn't even cover my Klonopin. I have to pay for that out of pocket. But the doctor's visits themselves are covered by Medicaid. So to even get prescribed the medicine, I have to have coverage. That's why all the dipshits that just think, oh, Medicaid, oh, my tax dollars. I pick and choose where my poor people are always the problem. Medicaid. Don't you want health insurance for you and your daughter? Don't you go look at my $1 trillion in debt video and read all the fucking comments on that. All the judgmental comments about me and my daughter being on Medicaid, which is health insurance. Believe me, if I could afford better health insurance, I would love to pay it. I can't. I know that's hard to wrap your brain around whenever you get paid $20 for doing the fucking dishes, but that's just the reality of the situation I'm in. Unfortunately, that's what I need, and if it wasn't for Medicaid, then I would have never gotten on the medication needed to get sober and, get on Klonopin, deal with my anxiety, which so many of y'all love to point out and say that I must be tweaking, and wouldn't be on the medication that quite literally saved my life when I weighed 100 pounds. Go look at my first video and look at how fucking tiny my arms were compared to now. It's not like I'm sitting here all muscled up or anything, but you could flick them and they would snap. I was so skinny, and if it wasn't for being prescribed Klonopin finally for my anxiety, I don't think we would be sitting here talking, to be honest with you. And people hate on me for being on Medicaid, even though it kind of saved my life and whatever. The whole point of this story is I am not able to get my meds for like a week, and the only reason I'm not extremely ill due to that fact is due to the fact that I stockpiled. And I just wanted to talk about this for a minute, to talk about how fucked up it is that you could be on a medication like that, something that's absolutely like you can't just not have it all of a sudden, and on a regular basis you just don't get it all of a sudden. Like, this one makes sense. I needed to renew Medicaid. Fine. I've done it. It's going to take a couple days. But the other 3-4 times was not not because of Medicaid, not because of anything to do with insurance. Was literally just the pharmacy could not give it to me. And I couldn't call and get it sent to another pharmacy, so I just could not get these very important meds for a week. And wound up getting so sick that I was bedridden, went to the hospital, and could have fucking died. That I'm just baffled. I know there's gonna be some people that see this and call that cheating. What the hell ever, dude. I've been sober for 5 years. What I love about this medicine is even if I wanted to, say I wanted to relapse. Say I had such a moment of stress that I wanted to go and relapse and I took a handful of Vicodin. You would not be able to feel it because buprenorphine binds to your opioid receptors and will not, like, you can't even drink and enjoy the euphoria of the buzz from drinking. Like, it basically is like it's like a safety net. Like, even if I wanted to relapse, I couldn't get high anyway on this medicine. That's the beauty of this medicine. Some people call it cheating because to your body you're still taking an opiate. And yes, I haven't gone through put my body through the actual detoxification stage of getting off this, but I have gone from 4 to 1 a day, and despite the doctor's pleas to stay on it because she's worried I'm gonna relapse if I quit, we are in the process of trying to quit it because I want to get off this stuff. The Klonopin I need to stay on, though, for sleep and for panic attacks and anxiety. But, yeah, Medicaid won't even cover that. They want me to take 6 months. They said, and I quote, because I should have gotten prescribed a benzo 10 years ago. I am the most anxious person you're ever going to meet. I have panic attacks on a regular basis. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the hospital for it. And because there was a time where I didn't understand that panic attacks, you legit, if you've never had a panic attack before and you get one for the first time, you think you're gonna fucking die. That's what it feels like. It feels like a heart attack. And people often get them confused. It took a little while for me to get used to that. Like, now if I have a panic attack, I know it'll pass. Cold showers, that's my recommendation. Something to ground you in reality. But there was a time where, in my mind, I didn't know. I thought that, like, I was legitimately going to die. So I would go to hospitals and shit. And every time the conversation of prescribing me benzos came up, oh no, we don't want to prescribe you that because you could end up relapsing and it could send you down this dark road. Well, I stockpiled Klonopin too because I don't always take my monthly amount. I don't snort it. I don't do anything that you shouldn't with it. I take it as prescribed, and I have less panic attacks now. And I have extras because I don't have a panic attack every day, so I don't take it like every 6 hours. I take it for sleep and if I have a panic attack. And it's amazing that it took this long to get on medication. It took losing 50 pounds, hitting 99 pounds exactly, to finally get prescribed this medication that some Karen screaming over a McDouble gets no problem. I have no idea why so many people out there that don't even have anything close to resembling anxiety issues get 160 Xanax a month buses. It's insane to me. And it took me this long to get on medication I needed, and then Medicaid wouldn't even pay for it. No, you need to be on SSRIs for 6 months, they said. That was their exact words. Even though I lost 50 pounds, the doctor gave them authorization, called them, said, look, dude, this guy needs this medicine. No. SSRIs for 6 months, and, like, I've been on every SSRI there is. I hate that stuff. Yes, those medications take like a month or so to start working, but every time I've taken them, they've always made me feel worse. I mean, I've been on Zyprexa, Seroquel, and what's the other one that's in the antipsychotic category? Trazodone. Yeah, let's put you on antipsychotics for anxiety issues instead of just fucking, I don't know, giving you a pill to calm down if you ever have a panic attack. Those just make me a zombie. I've been on Lexapro, Zoloft, Prozac. The list goes on, man. I don't remember them all. I just remember they didn't help. If anything, they made me feel worse. They made me feel like I don't know how to explain it. I just wanted a pill for if I ever have a panic attack, I can calm down, And so for a while I was on hydroxyzine, which is basically just Benadryl, which is stupid because just because you're tired doesn't mean you're not anxious. Those are two completely different things. And finally got on this, and it's helped tremendously. Yeah. I don't remember where I was. Oh, yeah. Well, I can't believe it took that for me to finally get on this medication. Like, I've had panic attacks since I was 14 years old, and it took all this to finally get prescribed it because I'm an addict. There's no way I'm going to be able to take it and not abuse it. And here I am with stockpiled extras in case of situations like this and have self-control. And fuck you to all the doctors that wouldn't put me on a medication that I absolutely needed because I'm just some stupid junkie that's going to absolutely abuse this medicine. Haven't done it yet, so. And because I know that this in the long term makes your anxiety worse, I have not upped my dose at all. Anyway, so yeah, Medicaid and that was a problem, and I wasn't able to get my medicine. I guess I could have not shared this story with you, but I just felt like it was something worth talking about because it's insane to me. Because I'm not the only one that's happened to. Buprenorphine is such like if you're on it, you can't stop medication with like cold turkey. You need to wean yourself off or at least get yourself down to a low enough dose. Being on 3 a day and then trying to cold turkey it can fucking kill you. Like, that's just the truth. And I have been put in that spot 3 times now. And I know I'm not the only one that's probably been put in that spot. And that's just fucking insane to me. This time I understand. I need to renew Medicaid, whatever. I wish I would have gotten an email so I could have done that, but whatever. But had I had not stockpiled, I would be bedridden right now. Anyway, what else did I want to talk about? We got the Peacemaker finale coming on in an hour. I'm going to have that video out tomorrow. It's been really fun reviewing it with you guys. We're about to run out of shows to talk about. When Gen V is over, I don't really have any other shows that I'm interested in. So I do have a couple movies coming in that I'm going to review. From now on, this has been a crazy year for movies. Like, last year I bought one movie, and it was Sonic 3. This year I bought The Monkey, Superman, Final Destination 6, 28 years later, and then I got 2 on the way, or 3 on the way, that are a surprise. Yeah, and so I'll be reviewing that. I'm going to try to do like a movie review at least once a week, but the way that I do reviews is I'm not going to just watch anything. I'm going to review something that I want to watch. Whether I end up liking it or not, I will see, but I'm not going to watch something that I know I'm not going to like to review it. So yes, I'm just going to review things that I want to watch, but that doesn't necessarily mean all my reviews are going to be positive. Quite the contrary, actually. A lot of my reviews, especially last year, were negative. I mean, my first video is Deadpool versus Wolverine, and I didn't really care for that. Now it's popular to say that. It wasn't back when I posted that video. It just could have been better, man. Like, it was a good send-off to an era, but it's a movie that you'll look back on in 10 years and people won't get it, won't understand the references. Like, it's like Spider-Man No Way Home. It's a movie that's good for the time. but people aren't going. It's not a good movie. It's not a movie that you'll watch in 20 years and think this is an amazing movie. It's a movie that represents the time it's in. If that makes any sense. No Way Home had the potential to be the best Spider-Man movie ever made, and I don't think it was. Am excited for Spider-Man 4 though. So yeah, we got the Peacemaker finale coming out tonight. I'm very excited about that. Football, wanted to touch on that briefly. Steelers somehow, so we had a bye week this week. Last week we played and won, and everybody else in the AFC North lost. So everybody in the AFC North lost 2 weeks in a row except Pittsburgh. They won last week and then had a bye week this week. So the AFC North, which is usually a pretty competitive division. I mean, the Bengals, Joe Burrow, and the Ravens. It looks like the Steelers, if they can just win games, even if, if they can just play mediocre football, then we got a legitimate shot. But the AFC North situation is so interesting because all these teams are falling apart. You got Lamar, who's hurt. You got Joe Burrow, who's hurt. You got the Browns, who are the Browns. You got the Steelers, who have Aaron Rodgers, and the offense. Yeah, while we're maintaining, I'm not going to sit here and say the offense is amazing. Aaron Rodgers is averaging 196.6 yards a game, which isn't horrible, but isn't great. It's right there in the middle of the pack. His biggest play was 80 yards, and Metcalf did 65 of it. He's been serviceable. No disrespect to Aaron Rodgers, but and that's kind of all we need, I guess, right now. But the defense is why we're winning games. Getting 7 turnovers in 2 games is why we're winning games. We beat the Patriots, who look awfully good, because the Patriots turned the ball over 5 times. Even with the 4 turnovers, we were still tied in the 4th quarter. Aaron Rodgers ain't really, even if we win the division, we'll see how it goes. The second half of the season, we played the Browns, who just traded Joe Flacco, who I used to love watching Joe Flacco and Big Ben battle it out, back in the day. Joe Flacco was just traded from the Browns to the Bengals, which is actually interesting. I don't think that's going to make them much better, but I think it'll make them marginally better. We play the Browns and then the Bengals, and then our schedule gets very tough. Then we're going to find out who we are. I believe we play the Chargers, then the Colts after that. I could be wrong, but we do start playing tough teams, and that's when we're going to find out who we are. And the division, it looks like it's going to be so bad that if Pittsburgh loses those tough games, the Bengals or Ravens could very well end up going. Whoever wins the division could very well win the division with a losing record. We'll see. That, and I wanted to bitch about Fortnite for a second, dude. The last week since the Demon Hunter update, I have not been able to play because there has been an audio bug that has been impacting. It doesn't seem like a majority of players, but some players, depending on what headset you're using and if you're using Dolby Atmos and whatnot, it was affecting players on Xbox and PC. And yeah, I was unable to play. My headset would have no audio. The TV would work, but the headset would not. And the TV, you have Dolby audio and would have to set it to standard, otherwise it had distorted audio. So basically, I couldn't play this new update. And everybody, I saw a Reddit thread talking about this, and everybody that has the same headset that I do was, because there were a lot of workarounds. The problem was spatial sound and Dolby Atmos and 3D. So if you switch to stereo uncompressed, that was helping for a lot of people. But it wasn't for my headset. Nothing I did. I did everything. Hard reboot, hard reset, HDMI pass-through, switch to stereo uncompressed, did everything, and nothing was working. And the audio output device setting that's supposed to be in the Fortnite settings isn't there. And I saw other people say the same thing that have the Astro A50X, saying no sound whatsoever. It's working fine on other games. And I haven't been able to play Fortnite for the last week. But it's fixed now. It's just a damn shame that I didn't get to play the Demon Hunter stuff, and that's probably why it was only in there for 4 days, because Fortnite knows that that was causing the problem. So I'm going to stream Fortnite tonight. I might be playing with duos with a friend. We will see. Let's see. I don't know if the whole rant about my pills was warranted, but, you know, like, the fact that I'm on this medicine that is, like, if you're suddenly taking off of it, can literally put you in a hospital bed or kill you if you're on a high enough dose, and you so regularly can't get a hold of it. Not because of insurance issues or anything like that, but because you just happen to get prescribed it at the end of the month is just fucking insane to me. And, like, thank God I stockpiled. And being the junkie that I am, have a bunch of extras to get me until I can finally get my script. And yeah, people love to shit on the fact that you're on Medicaid or shit on the fact that you're on Subutex and call it cheating or what the fuck ever. I would love to see you sitting in my seat. Got no problem commenting about how anxious I am and that I seem like a tweaker, but then whenever I get on Medicaid to get provided fucking medicine for my uppityness, well then I'm shit on for that, for using Medicaid, and Klonopin, that's I junkie. This junkie has stockpiled and is not sick today because I've been not just responsible with the pills that I have, but have taken less than what's prescribed, which I'm actually really proud of myself on. And yeah, so that's basically what's happened this week. As far as work goes, there's not a lot to talk about. I wanted to rant about that stupid thing when it comes to Uber, but work's boring. You know, you're picking up food, dropping it off to people. It's not very fascinating. And like I said, going forward, I don't know. I haven't gotten any orders ever since it said that my account's on hold, but if my account was on hold, I wouldn't be able to log in. So I don't know if I'm just not getting orders because I haven't been getting orders except for the other day. Maybe I spoke too soon by saying we crawled out of the hole, or maybe my account's just permanently on hold now for no reason other than the app doesn't recognize that I updated my profile picture. What a way to go out after 4 years of effort. Anyway, this video is getting too long, but yeah, that's been my week. Might lose my job on Uber because of the dumbest reason. Lucky I'm not bedridden and sick right now because I couldn't get my medication, and wanted to talk about football, wanted to bitch about Fortnite. Hopefully I'll see it stream tonight. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Excited to watch Peacemaker and review that tomorrow. And thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you guys being so supportive on the I've been thinking video, because I really have just been getting in my head so much about like being scared to just fucking do what I'm doing right now, which is just talk about what I want to talk about. And maybe it will be boring to some, maybe it won't to others, maybe it's oversharing, I don't know. I'm venting about shit. That's what this channel's for. And to some people, they can relate and appreciate that. And, yeah, I need to stop getting in my head about, like, what I think people want to hear. It doesn't matter. This channel is for me. I want to make people happy and grow an audience, but I would love to do this as a career, but it's going to take years of consistent effort, and it's going to take years of determination, and I just enjoy being able to vlog, and that some of you out there care, you know? That's more than I ever could have asked for, and that's priceless. I love you guys. Thanks.